Day 37. Grow in your relationship with Jesus. Jonathan Ammon. Everything emanates from relationship. There's no formula. When I do healing schools, we don't teach particular ways to heal people because there is no particular way. It all emanates from relationship. And I would encourage anyone who wants to enter into this, you must be in relationship with Him. And you must understand that it's really all about Him and not you. John chapter 5, verses 19 through 20. Jesus gave them this answer. Very truly I tell you, the Son can do nothing by himself. He can do only what he sees his Father doing, because whatever the Father does, the Son also does. For the Father loves the Son and shows him all he does. Yes, and he will show him even greater works than these, so that you will be amazed. For just as the Father raises the dead and gives them life, even so the Son gives life to whom he is pleased to give it. Jesus was clear about his complete dependence upon the Father. In the same way that Jesus was dependent upon the Father for healing and miracles, we are dependent on our relationship with Christ. You too can only do what you see the Father doing, and Jesus is the perfect revelation of the Father. Our proximity to Jesus impacts our perceptive. As we behold him, we are transformed into his image. 2 Corinthians 3:18. This process continues until we see him in all his fullness, and then become like him in all his fullness. 1 John 3:2. When we strive and contend for greater results in healing ministry, we are not trying to grasp something that God is unwilling to give us. And we are not trying to earn power or gifts by our work or effort. Rather, we are putting effort and strength into our relationships with Jesus. We are denying all distractions in order to be closer to him, to see him more clearly, and to thereby become more like him. Grace and love compel us to draw close to him. When we spend more time with the Lord, our healer, our vision of him overwhelms the physical problems we see in front of us. The accounts of the disciples' failure to heal and deliver the epileptic boy mention prayer, and in some manuscripts, fasting not because they were works required to achieve the boy's healing, but unbelief in our hearts. While I never would have admitted it, I used to think that healing power was something we had to work to unlock, like a video game. I thought a certain combination of Bible reading, confession, prayer, and fasting would fill up the power bar until specific miracles would be achieved. I know that simply being close to Jesus positions me to know and give his power as he holds my hand in his. The world is dying of sickness and disease. Now is not the time to be lax or to simply hold on to what we have. Today is the day of healing. We must grow into all that Christ has and is. Prayer starter. Thank God for being a loving Father who draws near to his children. Ask him to reveal himself more clearly. Ask him to draw you closer and closer to him. Ask God if there is anything obscuring your fellowship with him. Ask him to teach you how to draw closer to him. Ask him what you can do right now to grow closer to him. Ask God to press the needs of others on your heart. As you draw close to him, ask him to help you realize that your relationship with God is not just for you, but for others also. Journal experience. What are some ways you can grow in your relationship with Jesus and in your faith? Action step. Jesus named fasting and prayer in conjunction with unbelief as part of the disciples' failure with the epileptic boy. But he didn't stop to fast and pray right then. He lived a lifestyle of fasting and prayer. Do you have a lifestyle of prayer and fasting? Set aside some extra time this week to pray. Consider planning a fast. Remember that these things do not earn results in healing ministry, but they are tools for helping you develop intimacy with the Lord. Supplement reading will be 2 Peter chapter 3, verses 17 through 18, Ephesians chapter 4, verses 14 through 16, and John chapter 13, verses 13 through 17.